Good morning, all. We set aside this time for brief announcements that will be of interest to our community members and friends. Please be succinct and when announcing upcoming events or updates. Mary.
Okay, I'm making this announcement in Randy's absence. There's a worship committee meeting tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. on Zoom. If you would like to attend, email the Schwabes and we'll send you a link. Thank you.
Sorry. I get confused. It's early for me. This Saturday, this coming Saturday, at 1 p.m. at Rakura Yoga, we're going to do another sound-centered chakra meditation from 1 to 3. And I encourage anyone who would like to experience sound healing to attend. There's on the back billboard there's the corkboard. There's details of every event that we do during the year, and it's really fun. It's Tibetan bowls and crystal bowls and a meditation, and it's really fun, and it's very healing and relaxing. It makes you feel very fortified. So I encourage anyone who's interested in having that experience to come to Rakura Yoga. It's in the middle of town, and the address is on the flyer. Thank you very much.
Okay, I have one. Let's see, we have some driftwood art and stone art back there that Lori made. So we'll take any donation if you'd like one. And then also, for all you lovely members, I have a new copy of the March, well, it's current, April directory. So see me if you need one. Because I know you think you can get it online in our website, but that's not true, right? It's not in the website anymore. It's on a special email, a special address, which if you didn't save it, you don't know it. So here's our new one, and Becca, our new member, is in there. Okay, so see me and I'll give you one. Next week, Reverend Rod Richards will speak to us from his new home in Minnesota, titled Speaks Volumes. Let's take a moment to still our hearts, quiet our minds, and center ourselves. Kindness and comfort accompany our travels as we share facets of our lives with one another. We also enter this house with hope for further understanding of authenticity. Neil will light our chalice this morning. Those of you at home are also invited to light your own chalice now. Let us hold a quiet moment together as our chalice is lit. As the wild wind bites, so does the still flame warm us. As the deep snows block our doors, or rain, so does the gentle flame bring us out. As the crackling cold air stops our breath, so does the radiant flame draw from us the words we need to give to receive. Words of greeting, words of comfort, words of solace, words to challenge our minds, and words to bring us to action. Let us gaze upon our common flame, so that we remember who we are and what we can do when we are together. Before we sing the first hymn, let me remind our remote participants to leave yourselves muted. However, we want you and whoever is with you to sing with us as big and loud as you like. Make it a joyous experience. Please stand in body or spirit and sing the opening hymn, Both Sides Now, by Joni Mitchell.
I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done. The clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds, illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel, and every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. They leave them laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and fairies proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way. But now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. But something's lost and something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all.
It's nice we all know that song. You can sit down now. Okay. Okay, where are we? We're right here. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist community of Cambria. We're glad you have joined us today. Our UUC sanctuary sits on land that the Salinan and Chumash indigenous peoples historically inhabited. We honor their contribution to this region and give thanks for the opportunity to gather in faith on their unceded territory. Just want to say there's a newsletter that Rebecca has put on the corkboard back there, and there's a quote in there from the Hopi adage. It says, "Lose your temper and lose a friend. Lie and you lose yourself." So I'd recommend reading this. It's very nice. Thank you, Rebecca, for doing that. Let us respect their legacy and protect their history as we occupy this sacred space. As Unitarian Universalists, we celebrate religious diversity and welcome all who journey in faith and spirituality. The UUCC is a lay-led congregation run by the democratic process. We invite speakers from different religious traditions and spiritual or scientific backgrounds, as well as community leaders, to speak at our pulpit. We encourage presentations covering a variety of topics and areas of interest that connect with the UU 7 principles and the 6 values: equity, transformation, pluralism, generosity, justice, interdependence, with love at the center. Today's service centers around the value of transformation. We adapt to the changing world. We covenant to collectively transform and grow spiritually and ethically. Openness to change is fundamental to our Unitarian and Universalist heritages, never complete and never perfect. My name is Dolores Miera, and I am your worship associate for this morning's service. Hi, everybody. We extend a special welcome to today's guests and visitors. We're glad you've joined us this morning. If you wish, please introduce yourself or your guest.
Hi, I'm Sarah Dixon, and I've had the privilege of knowing Dolores and Diane. Sorry. That's okay. I have a little stage fright.
So do,
So, it's my pleasure to be here today and to meet y'all. I've been curious about this group for a while, and so this is a nice privilege.
Great. Welcome, Sarah. Anybody else? Okay, I won't stare at you. Okay. If you're not on the mailing list, please visit the UUCC website at uuccambria.org so that we can keep you informed about all our activities. Members and friends, please check out what's happening on the UUCC newsletter sent to you every week. This is a great way to keep up to date with our latest news. To see this or any of the past Zoom services, the recordings can be found on the UUCC website. So again, good morning and welcome to everyone. The affirmation is both a recognition of the nature of this community as well as a promise to which we aspire. Let us now recite the UUCC affirmation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its prayer. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth and freedom, and to help one another.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Laura. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Can't you wait till you're my age? Okay. That's lovely. Now is the time for sharing your heartfelt joys and concerns. Oh my God. Okay. Please feel free to come forward and briefly express a personal celebration, sorrow, reflection, or gratitude. The collective flames of these candles embody all the joys and concerns which may have gone unspoken today, but are also deeply felt in this community. Diane will read the first reading today.
People loved Paul. He was easy. He'd go a full-time yes and a world of no. He bent to the weather, opinions, and tone, laughed at bad jokes like they were his own. Whatever works was his lifelong refrain. His wands showed up once, then missed the train. One day someone asked, "You don't mind, right?" Paul paused and said, "I think I do." Still polite. The walls didn't shake. The world didn't stop. Paul stood up straight, and he felt a teardrop.
Let us join in a time of meditation, of prayer, and of silence. Let us seek the quiet and the calm, laying aside our struggles. And in the silence, may there be a reverence in our hearts, a thankfulness within our spirit, and a deepened understanding of the meaning of our lives. Let us enter the stillness. May today there be peace within. May you trust your highest power that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born of faith. May you use those gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. Let this presence settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing and dance. It is there for each and every one of you. Amen. Second reading is an excerpt from Circles, a book written by Carrie Armstrong, an Australian actress and author. Sitting on my veranda, looking back over the events and people in my life, I realized I had come to a clearing, a resting place. And out of that clarity came the realization that I was in a new place. It felt fantastic. I had finally let go of despair, blame, judgment, fear, and shame. I had found a way through the endless cycle of wondering what people were thinking of me, why they didn't get me, how I could prove myself, explain myself, or show them who I really am. I knew that I could finally stop worrying and start to live my life in a different way. But I didn't have to become a different person. I just realized how not only be me, but how to let myself be and let everyone else in my life just be. The anthem today is Defying Gravity by Stephen Schwartz, to be sung by Jan Kollner.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know. Too late, I've been afraid of losing love. I guess I've lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost. I'd sooner ride defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye and defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. And nobody in all of us, a wizard is that is or was, is ever gonna bring me down.
Thank you, Jan. That was beautiful. Wow. She sang that just for me. Today's talk is titled Going Along Until You Don't, to be delivered by Diane DeMarco. Diane DeMarco has spent a lifetime navigating teenagers, couples, individuals, and the human psyche. A former drama, English, and psychology teacher, she became a licensed MFT in 1975 and has since led countless groups, retreats, and conversations that help individuals open to change and new possibilities in their lives. Certified in EMDR and hypnotherapy, she helps people make peace with their past and occasionally find their car keys. A grandmother of 3 and a UU since 2012, she now practices her wisdom where it counts most, at the office, with her grandkids, and at the potluck table. Diane.
A week ago, last Saturday, at the potluck, I had one of those small, ordinary moments that turned out to become food for thought, and something I kept nibbling on long after the dishes were clean. I came in with my plate of muffins, very focused, I might add, on the goat cheese and blueberry dish that Jan made. Yum. And I found a home for my muffins at the dessert table and then went looking for a place to land. Right in front of me was Mary sitting across from Dolores, deep in conversation. Well, this is a good place, I thought, so I slid into the seat at the end, Mary on one side, Dolores on the other. It felt efficient, balanced, good place to settle. But after I sat down, I noticed something. Well, Mary would start to speak, and then stop, and then start again, and then she said, "What?" And I had thought, I might be the human obstacle in this conversation. So I asked Mary, "Would you like to switch places so you can hear Dolores better?" She paused and said, "No, it's fine." But then she looked at me and added, "Are you accommodating me?" With that look that says, "I know you're writing a sermon about this." I do think Mary's question was a good one, worth chewing on, and made me think. Was I being accommodating? Or was I being authentic? So I checked in with myself. That moment could have either been an unhealthy kind of accommodation that leaves a bad taste, where I might notice a tightening of my own muscles, a bit of hesitation, a familiar sense of I should fix this codependent style. Or was it authentic because it felt easy, natural, no internal negotiation committee required? But it even raised a bigger question. How often do we think we're being polite when we're actually abandoning ourselves? So first, let's take a quick, completely scientific poll. How many of you have ever said yes when you and your body really meant no? Okay, just about every hand. Good, you're in the right place. How many of you have ever said, "Oh, it's fine, really," when it was absolutely not fine? Yes, we're a very honest group of slightly not fine people. We know how to be kind, we know how to be thoughtful, we know how to keep the peace, fit in, be nice, make everything go down easy. And somewhere along the way, some of us got very good at forgetting how to be authentic. Brené Brown reminds us authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. It's daily practice, not perfection. Now, to be fair, we didn't invent being accommodating. We were trained. We live in a culture that persistently nudges us toward accommodation. Productivity says, say yes to opportunity. Politeness says, don't be difficult. Service says, put others first, serve them before yourself. And if you grew up any time before, say, yesterday, there was also this message, be nice, don't upset the balance, don't rock the boat, don't make waves. Many of us grew up in the 1950s when television shows like Leave It to Beaver, Father Knows Best, and Donna Reed were modeling what a healthy, perfect American family looked like. On those weekly shows, every problem was wrapped up in under 30 minutes. The Beav never said, I need to process my feelings, or I'm setting a boundary. But by the time dinner was served, everything was peachy keen, everyone was smiling, and the roast was perfectly cooked. And if something didn't feel quite right, well, you just swallowed it. Problem solved? Not exactly. So we learned that being good meant being agreeable, that saying yes earned approval, and saying no, well, that could leave a bitter aftertaste. In my own family, when someone spoke up or did something that wasn't agreeable, my dad was someone to put you on ice. We called that Cold War. My father didn't speak to his sister for 5 years over something that was truly ridiculous. What did that role modeling teach me? Love is removed if I don't accommodate my father's preferences as to what I should and shouldn't do. I learned, do not upset your father or anyone like him, because upsetting people might cost your place at the table. So I adapted, thoughtful, attuned, other-oriented, very accommodating for the first 50 years of my life or so. It took me a long time, but I remember one of the first times I spoke up to my mother. The circumstances were this, and I was around 50. My 18-year-old son was using drugs and driving under the influence. I discovered she was giving him money. I called her to ask her to stop. I figured if she heard my reasoning, she would have to agree. I was afraid that my son would kill himself or someone else because he was in his party stage. You know what her answer was? I'm his grandmother. Don't tell me what I can or cannot do with my grandchild. After I hung up, I cried. But here's the thing. With that kind of response, it woke me up to why I hadn't spoken up to her before. It woke me up to realizing that I often was more in touch with what she wanted than what I wanted, so I remained silent. It woke me up to realizing I had been accommodating my mother by leaving my voice out. This one time I hadn't choked it down, but spoke my truth. It was a good start, but being authentic takes practice. For anything to change, it meant I would need to learn to speak up more often and how to stay connected with myself when I do, and not the other way around. I was not responsible for other people's feelings, including my mother's. But here's the twist. For thousands of years, accommodation wasn't just helpful, it was survival, and a brilliant survival strategy. If you were living in a small tribe and someone said, hey, could you move over? You didn't say, no, I need my space. You moved. By appeasing, you were less likely to be harmed. We learned the fawn response, along with fight, flight, and freeze, meaning to stay safe by staying agreeable. Accommodation then helped us get love and inclusion, so we didn't get left behind. Because the alternative was, well, you know, being eaten or exiled or both. Early humans who could read the room, who sensed when to yield, soften, or go along, were simply more likely to stay alive. And it worked, because we're here. We benefited from cooperating and being compliant. Being rejected by the group often meant death. The result was that our nervous system evolved to prioritize belonging over authenticity, harmony over conflict, accommodation over risk. But then there came an important turning point. We now know that what once kept us alive can now keep us repressed, fatigued, and even ill. Today, accommodation can quietly keep us from fully feeling alive. The body keeps track. It whispers at first, tightening in the chest, clenching in the jaw, a subtle, not quite right. But if we keep ignoring it, it doesn't digest well. Sometimes it doesn't go down at all. As the Dalai Lama teaches, when we suppress emotions, we don't eliminate them, we bury them alive. And buried things don't stay buried. They have a way of showing up in the body. When we consistently accommodate at the expense of ourselves, when we swallow anger, when we dismiss our truth and push down grief, the body begins to carry what the voice could not express. That can look like tension in the neck and shoulders, headaches that seem to come out of nowhere, elevated blood pressure, a body that feels like it's always bracing. Sometimes it shows up in the gut. Digestive issues, acid reflux, that unsettled feeling in the stomach like something isn't sitting right, because it isn't. Sometimes it shows up as exhaustion, not just being tired, but a deeper fatigue, the kind that comes from constantly monitoring others, adjusting, and being more other-oriented rather than taking care of oneself. And sometimes, over time, even the immune system is affected. Research increasingly connects chronic stress and emotional suppression to inflammation and autoimmune conditions, as if the body, after years of holding everything in, starts turning its energy inward. None of this is about blame. It's about awareness. The body is not punishing us. It's communicating. It's saying something important is not being heard. The sooner we listen, the better. And what is it murmuring? Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. And when we do, we begin to come back to ourselves. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you really are, said Carl Jung, disciple of Sigmund Freud. And that doesn't happen by constantly adjusting ourselves to fit other people's tastes or preferences. It happens by slowly, gently, courageously speaking your truth. Sometimes that truth is small. No, thank you. No, that doesn't work for me. I'll think about it. I think I see it differently. And sometimes that truth feels much bigger. Ralph Waldo Emerson comments to this: to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is a great accomplishment. Or in the slightly more humorous words of Oscar Wilde, be yourself, everybody else is taken. If any part of you is saying no to a situation or an invitation, then the answer is no. That's honoring your own being. Never say yes when you know it's not in agreement with your body truth. Do not silence your emotions, but allow them to be expressed in a safe environment. That means learning that tears, grief, or sadness expressed create room in the body for a more relaxed nervous system. You can offer someone a nourishing meal, but you don't have to chew it for them, digest it for them, or change the recipe every time they frown at the taste. You actually have no control over what other people feel. Separate feelings from your responsibility. Their feelings belong to them. My actions belong to me. Your actions belong to you. And you can be kind, honest, and respectful, and they may still feel hurt, disappointed, or annoyed. And that doesn't mean you did anything wrong. In spaces like Unitarian Universalist communities, or really any group, there's often an unspoken belief that caring for others means never disappointing them. But that's not actually sustainable or honest. Sometimes politeness gets mistaken for spirituality, but avoiding truth to keep harmony is conflict avoidance dressed in Sunday clothes. This is the hardest one in a tight-knit community. If you say no, speak up, or set your own limit, someone may feel hurt, confused, or even criticized. That doesn't mean you've broken the covenant. It means you've stepped out of a role they were used to you playing. Now let's return to that potluck, going back to stepping out of the role. I remember when I did speak up to my mother, at some point she said, "Where is that sweet daughter I know and love?" And of course she didn't say, that always went along with what I wanted. And now let's return to that potluck experience from 2 weeks ago. Mary, Dolores, goat cheese, blueberry dish, just to tweak your memory in case you forgot, or whet your appetite. And me wondering, was I accommodating or was I being authentic? And here's where I've landed. It depends. Not on what it looks like from the outside, but on what it feels like on the inside. In that moment, I wasn't disappearing. I wasn't overriding myself. I wasn't abandoning anything. I was simply offering to make more space for another. And that's the difference. Unhealthy accommodation keeps score. Something like, I'll move, but will she see it? Will she appreciate it? Will she remember it? I hope she notices. I hope she says thanks. I hope I get something back. All that can zap your energy and lead to disappointment. Unrealistic expectations lead to disappointment every time. Authenticity lets go. I'll move if it helps, and if it doesn't, that's okay too. I'm good either way. So yes, Mary, I was accommodating, but I was also still sitting in my own seat. And maybe that's the invitation for all of us. Be kind, be thoughtful, slide your chair when it makes sense. But also remember this. Stay connected to yourself. Stay aware of your body. Stay honest about what you feel. It's a great gift to speak your truth, because in the end, the goal is not to stop accommodating. The goal is to become fully yourself by being authentic. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. That was great. The morning offering will now be given and received. Please remember, we are a self-sustaining congregation and provide all financial resources for our many ministries. We recognize the spiritual value of generosity and invite you to participate. If you are viewing this service remotely, please use one of the methods shown on the screen. As announced earlier this morning, today's collection will be donated to Slow Food Bank. Thank you. Our thanks for all gifts given and received for the work of this community. Please stand in body or spirit and sing the closing hymn, Just as Long as I Have Breath.
If they ask what
As we prepare to extinguish the chalice, let us recite the valediction. We extinguish the flame of this chalice, and we know that the light of truth and love and the warmth of this community go with us until we meet again. Please extinguish your chalice at home now. So now let's form a circle and join hands. Diane will give us the closing words.
May we keep bringing what we have to offer, our gifts, our care, our casseroles of kindness, but not lose ourselves in the serving, because in the end, it is not just about what we bring to the table. It's about knowing we have a place there too. Blessed be.